I'm really interested in what we call question and answering system. That's when you are able to have, I'm not sure if anybody is familiar with Alexia, but anyways, yeah. Like many times, you know the normal customer service that many organizations have, especially like the telecoms. Now, so if you have a very good question and answering system, you will be speaking to a robot, and you would not know that it's actually a robot. So those are some of the things that NLP can do, and that's one of the things that I'm personally interested in. Yeah. So my PhD was on something of that nature. And yeah, so I'm briefly moving from academics into the industry in general. Yeah. And I reside in the UK. Sorry about that.
Okay. Thank you.
Kim, I'll go after you.
All right.
So my name is AKIM Uluwashem. I am I don't even know how to start. So, but I've been working in IT for, I would say, probably 20 years. Since 2000, I believe. And I've worked with different companies. I have a degree in computer science, and I also am a CEO of a company called AnyTech, which is an IT managed services company, cloud hosting solution. We do all related IT solution in US and Nigeria. I also have extensive experience in cloud computing, Linux programming, and I just love to to use my expertise in different areas that I can help communities and also help businesses in the large. So that's a little bit summary of myself.
My name is Samuel Dubowale. I'm a cloud engineer. Mostly, I have a few years of experience in cloud computing industry. I have worked for a very popular consulting firm here in the US. And I'm currently working on a specialized company, working with a company directly, doing, helping them to manage their cloud resources and all this kind of stuff. So I'm happy to be here, guys.
Okay, so for me, I'm Joseph Oladokun. I'm a data scientist. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm a data scientist. I have a couple of years of experience developing scalable machine learning systems for both in Nigeria. I have a undergone training both in Nigeria and abroad. And then I'm also exploring some other aspects that just are not yet developed in Nigeria. I'm one of the leaders of our community in Nigeria and Africa. We started the Africa Regional Group and also the various ones we have in Nigeria. So I'm been active in the community of data scientists in Nigeria, driving the growth of data science in Nigeria, and then having some other colleagues too. So that's the few stuff about me. Yeah, that's it. Who is the next? I want to go. Lola.
Peter, you're on mute.
Oh, sorry. I was saying anybody can please take the floor. Just introduce us. And we'd like to see we'd like to see your faces when you are introducing yourself. We appreciate it. Okay, Opeyemi, you want to go?
Right. Okoyemi is also on mute. You might want to unmute yourself.
No, he's not. I think it's not on mute. Okay, I mean, we can hear you.
He is actually, I think so.
Hello, okay, I mean, we can hear you.
Well, someone else can go if he's
okay. Someone else can go, please. Okay, we have Adeyemi there. We have Joanna there. We have AY. We have Lola. Please, any other person can go. Just introduce. Let's meet ourselves. Okay, it looks like maybe I think Lola's mic is coming up and on. So okay, Adeyemi, do you want to go?
Yes. Good day, everyone.
Good day.
Yeah, my name is Yemi Adigola. I work with the electric distribution company. I'm a back office person, and I collect data, analyze data, and then give it back to the management. So,
All right.
So I want to deepen my knowledge and experience in data analysis as well.
Right.
Yeah, that's the reason.
Okay, Adeyemi, you are the guy that chatted me on Instagram, right?
Yes, please. Yes, sir.
All right. Great. It's
Yes.
good to meet you. It's good.
Yeah, you're welcome, sir.
Okay, so
yeah, okay, yeah, you go.
okay.
Yes, go ahead. We can actually hear you.
Fantastic. My name is Joanna. I have an accounting background. I am interested in tech because having a tech skill is the future. So I want to know how I can upskill to add more value to myself and see the opportunities that this path will bring for me. So it's a pleasure meeting everyone. Thank you.
All right. Who else? Any other person? Kwedi, Shagun, Ola. All right.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay. And this platform
Viens de mettre la caméra là.
Lola, your network is pretty bad.
Mais qu'est-ce qui se passe, non?
You didn't hear me at all.
It was breaking.
C'est le désordre. Zoom. Désordre, j'imagine.
Should we just, rather than having everybody introduce ourselves, like, should we just start, or, and then if anybody want to ask questions, what do you think, Peter?
We just, you know, we're kicking off exactly 12:30, so we
Okay.
wanted to
Okay. So we, all right. So we want to wait 12:30.
All right. This is Shagobanjo.
Right.
SME consultant and digital marketer. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome.
Thank you, sir.
I think really everybody has at least tried to introduce themselves. So
yeah.
So we might just want to go ahead.
Yeah. Has Squiddy said anything?
Sorry?
What?
Squiddy.
Yes, he has actually, I think.
Okay. All right. Okay. Cool.
I think everybody should go on mute when we're presenting. Right?
Yeah.
Hello? Yes. Are you listening?
Yes, please.
Yes, we can hear you.
Yes. My name is Quiddy, and I run a software company in Ngaoundé, in Cameroon.
Right.
And I specialize in advanced software in Java, and also I also do some Android apps. So I am looking forward to see what this group can bring us. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay. I think we can start.
So, how do you want to start? Peter, do you want to moderate the?
Sam is moderating.
Oh, Sam is moderating. Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So let me share the screen. Let me know if you guys can see my screen after I share.
Sam, you are on mute.
Can you guys see my screen? AKIM, thanks for
yes.
All right. So, and I make you Peter and Sam co-host, so you guys can can mute everyone or mute. So,
all
right. Let me do go to the present. Right.
C'est mal de réduire les. C'est mal de réduire les données.
All right. So we should. All right. So I guess Sam, do you want to take it over and then I can.
Sure. So welcome everybody to this first platform meeting with AnyTech. You know, basically this meeting is going to explain to everybody the idea behind this platform, what we're trying to do, where we're trying to go, and everything. So please feel free to ask questions at the end of the meeting so that we have the group leaders here that will answer all our questions. So if you have any questions, you can either send a message into the Zoom channel or you can ask at the end of the meeting. You know, we wanted to take questions during the meeting, but you know, we're just concerned to not hold everybody for too long. So that's why we decided to hold the questions after the meeting. So if you have any questions, please feel free to just write it down or send it into the Zoom chat, and I will pick your questions and I would ask the questions afterwards. We'd also open a Q&A session so we can have questions and answers at the end. Agenda for the meeting will, you know, be first an analysis of the survey and objectives that was carried out. AKIM will take care of that, and then we have a broad definition, just focus about AnyTech. Peter will handle that, and we will also have an explanation of the levels of engagement that AnyTech is going to be having. MAKINDE will take care of that. Joseph will handle the training outlines and kickoff dates for training, and I will talk about the platforms for engagement, and after that we'll open it for Q&A. So AKIM, do you want to talk about the survey?
Thank you, Osam. All right. So we recently did a collaborate survey with all the members. Some of the members that joined the WhatsApp group were able to participate, and we did collect some data, which is part of how we wanted to organize this community, because we want people contributions so that we can make sure that we are providing the necessary resources and planning that we are in the right direction. So I'm going to walk us through some of the survey that. Thank you guys for everyone that participates in the survey. That gave us a lot of data to look into and how we can move the community to the right direction. So, you know, we have about 30 people response, but we can still open the survey for other people that are joining to fill out the survey. But it's, you know, it's very, you know, good information that we collected. So we have, you know, females, 70% males and 23%, which is actually good that there's a lot of female people, you know, female that are interested in this community, which is, you know, awesome. The age is very diverse. So we have people from, you know, actually most are between the age of 31 to 40, as you can see. And then we have, you know, some millennials and, you know, between 21 and 30 years of age. Also, 41 to 50, which is the second largest that it's in this community. So we can tell based on the age, like there's a lot of, you know, between the age of 20, 21 and to 40 are actively engaged, you know, wanted to engage with this community, which is good, you know, feedback. So what is your highest level of education? You know, 60%, you know, have university or HND degree. 27% has master. So we do have, and 10% has, so 10% meaning like PhD and other, you know, level of education. So, you know, we have basically most people here are, you know, college, university graduates, you know, so we, you know, we understand the level of who wanted to expand in their skills, who wanted to come in and do something amazing in the community. And then we, you know, another question is, which category do you belong to? You know, most people said tech, you know, professionals, tech entrepreneur, tech enthusiasts. So people are more in, wanted to get involved in technology, which is a good thing, which is what this community is all about. Leveraging technology, helping businesses and organizations. And then the next one is, which of these channels do you prefer for group interactive communication beside Meetup? A lot of people say WhatsApp, and I kind of understand why people choose WhatsApp, because it's easy, especially in Nigeria or Africa. People, communicate better in WhatsApp. The next one is Telegram. So it's between these two. So, and we've been using WhatsApp, and it's very productive. People, respond quickly on WhatsApp because, it's their phone pretty much. So the next one is, which is your location, city, state? Most people are in Lagos that are participant in this survey. And then it's kind of spread all over, like, Lagos is probably the most, but, and we are also looking into not Nigeria, but actually, Africa and other continent as well. But it's kind of interesting, like, where some of these responses are coming from, but which is good. And also, how often should we be doing online meetup? Some people say, majority of people are saying twice a month. Some people say once a month. So we'll also look into this and figure out which one works well, which model should we do once a month, twice a month, for meetup. I think meetup is like everybody get together. The objective of the community. Where's the community going forward? How do we improve the community? That's what the meetup is all about. Which of the days is best for the online meetup? Majority of people choose Saturday, because everybody's off Saturday. We'll consider that when we doing this meetup. Other people said Friday, which is between Friday and Saturday. Which of the online webinar tools do you prefer? Zoom is probably the largest one this time, because Zoom is widely used, and we'll trying to stick with Zoom. And if anybody has any other ideas or tools that we can use, but so far Zoom has been very helpful when it comes to webinar. And when should we do physical meetup? Lagos. So this is kind of interesting, because most people probably say Lagos, but I guess most people live in Lagos, so if we do physical meetup, we'll do it in Lagos. But right now, due to the crisis Corona COVID-19, we stick with online webinar. So people said once a month physical meetup, which is good, or in 2 months. So we can definitely consider that. When I said every 3 months, so that's another one that we can look into as well. Which day of the week should we do physical meetup? Saturday will probably be the choices that most people pick. And yeah, so Saturday will probably be the best, or Friday, I believe. Non-Lagos resident, please provide another location you would like for the physical meetup. So, if this community start growing, we just don't want to limit it to Lagos. We wanted to try, maybe go different places or explore different places. So, but that's just the old goal. What is your skills level with data science? So one area that we wanted to target is the data science, cloud, so in data science, we have response that says beginner. So we kind of understand, like, most people that come into this community started from a beginner level, they wanted to learn. And then we have the next one is none. So people don't even have any experience at all. So between none and beginner. So we know that, people are looking to learn data science. What is your skills level with AI? Majority of people said none and a beginner. So we consider that as well, data science and AI as, most people are coming as a non-experienced or beginner. All right, so what is your level of skills in cloud computing? It's not the same thing as we see in data science and AI. It's the same, none or beginners, few expertise. So probably some of those expertise that come in, that in the community will be the one providing training and mentorship in this community so that everybody can, be very skillful. Cybersecurity, it's the same thing, the same thing as the other. Which of the following do you have any certification? It's kind of like most people said none. And we have few that says data science, cloud computing, data publishing, data analytics. So, it's interesting that so that people that comes into this community after that the end goal is most people will get more certificates at the end of the program, and it can be more valuable in the community as well. So what would you like to be the major focus of AnyTech community? A lot of people were talking about knowledge sharing, networking, and training. So people wanted to come here to, learn, networking, and train. A few people are saying it's getting jobs, but we will see as the time goes when people are getting more exposure and learning, the focus might change based on the training that people are getting from the community. So please, which of these IT skills would you like the community to focus? Majority said data science, AI, cloud computing, cybersecurity. So we can understand like most people are more interested in these top four skills. So that's something to consider when we put in the program together. So what would you prefer? Hands-on experience like lab during the training. Majority of people say yes, they want lab exposure, more like hands-on rather than theoretical aspect of things. Do you prefer live instructor? People say yes. They want live instructor to be able to get more engagement with the training. Would you pay for training, provided you will learn new skills that you can land you a job with practice? Very good. Say yes, they will pay, which is interesting. People wanted to take this seriously. And then another question, this is probably towards the end. What are your expectations from this tech community? So this is just to get feedback from the responses, and people will like, give us different expectations, like to be grounded in technical, practical. People wanted to learn more technical, practical as training. Mind-blowing innovation, which is the top of where the community wanted, like innovation, like doing things that is more innovative, to build top-notch relationship among tech professional and enthusiasts. Networking opportunity, we saw in the previous survey, to be able to build a business and career in tech. Some people wanted to build a business career in technology, relevant tech information and innovation, to improve myself and learn more, develop competency in the future, to learn or gain valuable knowledge, disruptive in technology. Any suggestion or idea on how to improve any tech community? This is interesting. There, people saying, not to be selfish interests. We should not have the hurt of evil politicians. This is kind of interesting. Like people don't want evil politicians. Yeah, I do understand that. Ensure an inclusive environment, which is interesting. Like people want inclusive environment, active collaboration, and harness the availability of relevant skills to contribute more training and research improve in the interest future. So we are looking for volunteer. So thanks to some of you that provide contact information. We will be reaching out. I don't want to list all because it's quite some. If you wanted to volunteer, please reach out to us. We will circulate. So we will circulate the email. We're gonna have an email for this group community that people can reach. The members. The contributors, the volunteers, and or administrators that can direct you to the right place. All right, so I'm going to talk about the next topic that I'm going to talk about is the objective of AnyTech. So you can read along with me, or you can just go to the list. So one of the first one is develop adaptive solution that African corporation can and society can relate to. So it's a platform for tech professional, learner, business can benefit and be successful. So we want this to be more transparent, that businesses can come into the community, tech enthusiasts and tech professional can develop skills that can be actually more beneficiary to the community and help businesses. Make every business a tech-enabled and tech-driven. The goal is to leverage technology. Like, when you come into this community, it's all about technology. How do you enhance and, improve technology? How do you use technology to improve your business or your, whatever project you're working on? We want people, the companies that comes there to leverage the resources available to drive their innovation. So the number 3, upskill young Africans with global tech skills to boost their bargaining power and make them globally employable with enhanced capacity of foreign currency, and also provide remote jobs and freelancing. So we're not just building a community platform where people just get trained, networking, but we want it to be where, other countries can come in and source for talent. Like, I'm looking for data science, I'm looking for AI experts, cloud computing. Where should I go when I'm going, coming to Nigeria or Africa? So they come to this platform, they search for that, and then they're happy with the results of their of the project. So that is what we are targeting. Set up and manage data centers and department of organization, schools and government. We can also leverage this as a data mining data set where companies and government can come, they can analyze data, we can analyze data with them. We can also use our expertise in AI and data science to predict using historical values or unstructured data to come up with some kind of analysis and predictions in helping businesses and governments. The last one, not the least, is enable easy penetration of tech products and services of registered members across members' countries, showcase tech product solution coming from Africa. This is another thing is, we want this community to be innovative, like businesses or, individuals coming up with cool technology that can actually shape the global, disrupt, tech industry and in Africa at large. So that is the goal. So that is my presentation. So I'm going to pass it over to Peter.
All right. Okay. Thank you very much, AKIM. Thanks for that. Okay. I'm basically just going to take us through the definition and the broad focus for AnyTech. And AnyTech is AnyTech platform is an African beehive, call it a beehive of tech learners, specialists, developers, and users. Just one place that you will get all of this all together, right? In terms of our broad focus, we have two areas that we want to focus with. We're focusing our operations. The first one is what we call tech and development and outsourcing. Like AKIM said, AnyTech aims to, we develop and attract tech talent for outsourcing. So there are talents that are going to be developed here. A lot of people say they are at the beginner or they don't even have an experience, want to see this pass through this pipeline and come out with all manner of certifications, but most importantly, having worked in one or two projects, they can actually say that they have the competence. And our approach is simple: simply train people on tech skills, or get them to have a good knowledge of tech as a way of scaling themselves or switching their career. Some people, like the gentleman who introduced himself, who works in PHC in the power sector, he has a chance to upscale himself, and like we said, under the objective, he has a chance to actually determine how far his salary can go, because right now he can develop himself right on his job, become a data scientist, and then that means that he can go back to his employer to say, yes, I just joined as an IT person, but right now I'm a data scientist. Now the organization has a choice to make, to either up their game to increase what the package they have for him, or right now he has the capacity to bargain for higher pay elsewhere. So both where he is or elsewhere. And there are some who were not even in the tech field, who want to switch career from one field to tech. So we want to create those kind of trainings that can be very hands-on. All right. The next one we said, tech talent development and outsourcing. I pretty much have explained it. Create a pool of tech talents that for outsourcing, organizations within the country and outside the country can actually say, you know what, we need this competencies, and you don't necessarily have to travel out to go and do it. You can stay here, do it in your home country, and earn foreign currencies. Pretty much something similar to what Andela is doing. But of course, the entry barrier is quite high with Andela. We want to make this thing very much available to a lot of people. Remote job is the next big thing that's going to be happening, especially with the social distancing. Some people don't have to go over to the US or to Europe or to UK to work for an organization. You can stay over there in Cameroon, you can stay over there in Kenya, and still get a job with this, do jobs with this organization. So that's on the part of career development. That's the first one, tech talent development. We are also a tech projects platform. And what we do there is we develop tech projects and we integrate technology into businesses. We develop tech projects, we integrate technology into businesses. Now, our approach is simply, we will have a portal where organizations can actually go and post their projects or dump the data, any data issue they have, they just go and dump it there, upload it there. And then we will have a team of experts who get involved in challenges, whether it's hackathon or challenges, as a way of resolving those issues or challenges. Now, don't forget that the companies that come to drop this, they are going to be billed rates when the solution comes. So the moment the solution, we create the solution, the organizations pay for it, and everybody every tech expert who gets involved in the entire exercise also gets a bit of what any organization pays. So it's a way of strengthening what you already know, and also a way of earning on the other side. On request, companies might just say, you know what, why don't you complete this entire process, create this product, launch this product on our behalf, and probably help us take it to the market. So we exist for that also. So we exist for tech talent development. We exist for tech projects. That's in terms of our broad focus, just those two focus. Thank you.
Thank you, Peter, for that. Just to recap what AKIM and Peter have said, you can see even just from AKIM's presentation how just data collection, data analysis, and visualization has helped us to make decisions on how we want to focus and target our customers. So, that's just an example of what we can do with data. And imagine when you go deeper into more data and more analysis with your technical expertise. So thank you guys very much. We'll go to the next level, platform strata levels by MAKINDE. MAKINDE, please. MAKINDE, I think you're muted.
Okay.
Apologies, please. Yes. So, right. AKIM has spoken, Peter has spoken about the objectives and all that. Further to come, we will still be talking about some of the platforms that we have. But in general, we're just going to be looking at the strata and the model that we're going to be using to involve everybody, both the organizations and you guys within the community. So obviously we have organizations out there that actually cannot afford data scientists, cannot afford cloud professionals and all that. We have some of them that have good data and don't know what to do with it. And we have, some of them that will need consultation, or, will actually need consultation and they don't even know where to go. And then we have a lot of us in the community that want to learn, and some of us that even are junior level developers or thereabout that actually are looking for freelance work, and students that probably are looking for practical experience. So we have this large community of people, and so we are trying to the whole strata is trying to put together what we call a push and pull within the community, whereby we are pushing people to learn practically, and we are also pulling resources from the organization, from organizations out there, so that at the end of the day, we can all develop ourselves. So now, if we look at what we have on the screen is some sort of a model or a strata in regards to how we are going to be engaging people within the community, or every one of us within this platform, to be specific. Now, you will see that there are two arrows coming from, you will see the name of the company that it's AnyTech, and you will see two arrows are coming down. Now, we are not oblivious of the fact that we have different kinds of people here. We do have those who are who don't have any knowledge in regards to cloud, IT, data science, Linux, and all that. And we have those that have minimal knowledge, and we have those that have advanced knowledge. Now, we have those that are really busy in the sense that they are trying to switch from one career into IT, and it's really not easy for them because they are very busy. And we have those that have a lot of time. So now we are taking all this into consideration. So right. So by the right hand, so if you look at, I think that's my own left hand side. We have the practical training. And that's where you will see all the trainings that we can give directly: data science, cloud computing, Linux, cybersecurity, AI. Normally, we understand the fact that for now we are mostly dealing within the African region, and so AI might not be as advanced, but we still. But I know that RPA, what we call robotic processing automation. That's something that banks are using heavily, and that's something that within the next few years will really penetrate Africa. I'm almost so certain about that. And RPA is mostly click and drag, a lot of those things, and the payback is really high. Anyways. So yeah, those are direct training. So that's for a lot of people that probably you have your normal day job, customer service or whatever your day job is, and it's really taking a lot of your time, but yet you still want to move into this particular industry, then obviously for you, then direct training might be the way to go, because you might not be able to go through and through the other kind of training that we are providing. So if you look at my left hand side, then that's where you will see a couple of levels: level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. I will just go through this very quickly. So you will see that by the side of all these levels, there are brackets. You see level 1 is for those who are actually interested. You like what we are talking about, or you've heard about most of these words that we're talking about, and you are quite interested. Now we will and you want to engage with us. We will look at you from what we call a level 1. Level 2 is somebody that is actually committed, and you're like, okay, fine, I've heard about you guys, and I really like this particular industry. I like what you guys are talking about. I really want to be involved practically. And then we go in, and then there is level 3, and now you have a level of expertise. It's not really broad, but you do have a level of expertise. You might not have as much confidence, but notwithstanding, you might be able to handle sub projects. So we will see you as someone in level 3. And then obviously level 4 are the experts. Many of these experts are actually busy people. Most of them probably have their day job within the industry, and yeah, so these are the experts that actually have advanced experience. Yeah, so now, so this level, we are I'm not sure if anybody has read the book Ultra Learning. That's a phenomenon coined out by someone called Scott Young. Now he talks really about ultra learning. He finished the whole MIT computer science 4-year course within a year, and everybody thought he was a genius. But somewhere along the line, he broke it down, and then he coined the word ultra learning to actually make people understand that if you focus on practicality of a particular area of learning, you would actually learn really, really fast. If you don't focus too much on the theory, just focus on practicing. So if you want to be a coder, keep coding. If you want to be a data scientist, keep handling data, and before you know it, you become an expert. That's the whole thing about ultra learning, and that's what we are trying to focus on in this particular area. So now let me just give you a case study. Assuming John hears about AnyTech. John is a student. He hears about AnyTech, and he obviously knows about data science. He knows about cloud. He knows about cybersecurity. Linux and all these things. And he heard that AnyTech. These guys are talking about a couple of these things, and some of his friends are involved. Then obviously we now invite him to one of our workshops. So he goes to the workshop, and these workshops are practical workshops. They are not workshops where we actually teach people about all these things. They're just workshops where we actually showcase what exactly is going on in the industry. So he attends this workshop, and he sees maybe Joseph or AKIM stand up, and these guys are talking about how they actually consulted for a particular company, and this company was or is an insurance company, and they had this data set that had historical data of most of their customers in regards to their savings accounts, the number of cars they have, the number of all these things. So they had this historical data, and they wanted to predict whether which customer will actually buy their new insurance product, which customer will buy and which customer will not buy. And so Joseph talks about how he actually cleaned he talks about data set. He talks about how he cleaned the data. He talked about how he visualized the data, how he went through an exploratory analysis to actually look at the data, how he created a transform in regards to the data, and how he went ahead to create create some sort of a predictive analysis to actually classify customers that will actually buy and customers that will not buy. So he goes through this whole process step by step on how he builds the whole data pipeline. And John was actually impressed, and he's like, oh wow, how can I meet you? How can I be able to, you know, learn under you? You know, this is something that I really like, and everything is sounding interesting. And even Joseph goes ahead to talk about how he actually created an API endpoint such that customers within the insurance, such that marketers within the insurance company can actually go ahead and use this predictive model that he created to predict whether a customer will buy, whether a new customer will buy or not buy based on his historical information. And John is really impressed. He's blown away. He's like, oh wow, okay, if you can do this, then I would love to be able to do this too. And so so we then look at him. John comes around and we say, okay, you know what, there are a couple of entry level things that you have to do to show commitment. And so he's like, yeah, he will do them, and he goes ahead to, you know, do those entry level to show that he's actually committed. And so now when he does that, within a few days or a few weeks, we consider him as level 2. So while he's in level 2, obviously he really has no specialty, but then he has access to our platforms, and obviously everybody has access to many of our workshops anyway, and he's ready to take responsibility, because this is learning by practicing. He's ready to take responsibility and he's committed. And then a company comes around, and this company is simple, probably a SMB that probably cannot afford the KPMGs, and they cannot afford maybe the Andelas and all that. And they're like, oh, you know what, we have this data, we really, and we want to make some predictive analytics about it. We know we cannot afford you guys and all that. And we're like, you know what, you guys come along, pay us a little stipends, and some other companies just dump their data within some of our platforms, and you know, people are ready to go ahead and do a level of analysis on it, and there's some sort of buzz going on. But anyways, this particular company wants consultation, and so there are some guys in level 3. Now these guys have attained a level of specialty. Nobody's really there yet, but at least they have been committed for a while. They've attained a level of specialty such that there are some things that they're already experts on. Some of them are experts when it comes to visualization. Some of them are experts when it comes to some area in cybersecurity. Some of them are experts when it comes to, you know, predictive analytics and all that. So now these guys will be in teams. And this John that is in level 2 will be attached to one of these guys. And so probably he's attached to the guy the guy that is doing visualization, and the guy looks at him and he says, you know what, go and visualize. This guy in level 3 tells everybody in his team, everybody visualize these data and let's see what everybody comes up with. Now obviously nobody's visualization should be 100% the same. You do it the way you know it. You do it the way you know it. And John looks and is like, I've never really done visualization before. And then the guy in level 3, who is his mentor, tells him, you know what, why don't you go into the platform, look at so tutorial, and within the next 1 week, come back with what you have. He's like, I've never done it before. He said, just try it. Look at it. It doesn't matter what you do. Let me see it. And then they keep going back and forth. And after a while, they come for a Saturday meeting, and everybody has their own visualizations, and there's some sort of competition, and they choose one. And the same thing probably with the other team that is doing a predictive analytics. They do the same thing, and on like that. Then we also have the guys in level 4. Now those are the ones that are actually experts, and those are the ones that will probably be overseeing the projects. Now, so these ones there will be some sort of a scrum kind of communication whereby within a specific time, these guys come around, they kind of oversee the whole project, and they tell you, and they make sure that everybody doesn't go out of line and everybody remains, you know, professional. And these are the ones that will bring all the team together, and everybody will make a presentation. They will put the whole project together, and they will create a report. And at the end of the day, everybody's happy. So in the next workshop, that would also be presented. and the company will be helped. Everybody will learn, and then things like this will also be on the platform, aside from other data dumps that other companies will put into the platform, and will aid people to actually have practical experience while analyzing the data on the platform. So yeah, so basically that's the summary of the model that we are most likely to use. Obviously, this model will evolve with time. This is just a starting kind of thing. It will evolve with time, but I hope I've not confused anybody while I was talking. All right, guys.
No, you did not confuse us at all. Just to repeat, if you have any questions, please feel free to send your questions into the Zoom chat, or just write it down and we'll discuss. We'll have a Q&A session afterwards. So let's not forget that. Joseph, please, your turn.
No, that is if you want to call them.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Yeah.
Hello, can everybody hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Okay. So what our training we encompass is our focus for AnyTech is we're focusing on data science based on the feedback that we have with data science, cloud computing, specifically AWS. And the reason why is AWS is because of the market, right? There's big demand for AWS cloud computing service all over the world, more than others like Azure and GCP. So we're focusing on AWS and Linux programming, cybersecurity, and then the AI and robotic processing automation. So next slide. Okay, so looking at data science, right? Because we understand that we are dealing with mostly everyone is almost beginners. Looking at the response, right? We have more beginners than every other level. So we will be starting with the basics of data science, right? To get everybody to familiarize ourselves with the concept and everything. So now, what is unique about this training is that when you go to other data science training, right, what they teach you mostly is data visualization and then building models, and that's all, So, I mean, if you look at a lot of online courses and even boot camps that have been going around, if you check their curriculum, it's just basically data visualization, building models, and that's all, right? But we understand that there is a need, if you are going to be ready for the market, right? We need to take you through an end-to-end process of data science, and which is starting from digital data collection. You'll be able to, at the end of our training, you'll be able to walk into a company that is using paper or imputing data manually into Excel sheet to correct the way they collect data, right? We are going to be teaching you digital data collection, how you're going to collect data digitally, instead of which we avoid data loss, data error, and everything. So we're also going to be focusing on R and Python as a programming language we are going to be using for the training. So there's a difference between data analysis and scalable data analysis, right? So when we are talking about scalable data analysis, right, you are able to work at scale, no matter how big data is. So it comes with writing efficient code, so that your analysis is going to scale no matter the amount of data. Because there is a way you write in efficient code that it's how you are going to be doing scalable data analysis with Python or R by writing efficient codes. We are going to do it because it's just a basics to data science. We are going to be teaching introduction to machine learning, introduction to APIs. Because when you are working in industry, mostly where you are going to be taking your data is through APIs. And now, when you are done with your building your models, you need to be able to build APIs around your models so that they will be able to communicate from one system to another. Also, one of the things we are going to be teaching you is databases. How can you communicate with database using SQL queries? So these are some of the things we are going to be using. It's just like a back-end developer, right? You know how to write your JavaScript, but you still need a little bit of the knowledge of SQL for you to be able to talk to your database. So these are some of the things that are very important. And also, introduction to big data, right? If you are working in a company like Google, Netflix, Amazon. These guys work with millions of data per second, right? So how are you going to manage this kind of data? It's different from how you manage a data that is not big. So the way you work with them is different from the way you work with normal data. So these are some of the things we are going to be introducing you to in our data science class. So the next slide. Okay, so we are now the next one is the cloud training, right? So companies nowadays, right? Everybody is moving to cloud infrastructure because it's cheaper, so that because you pay for what you use, right? And then everybody's tired of managing their on-premise data centers, because if you look at it, right, what if everything went down one day and then you have to scramble to regain your data and everything? It doesn't speak well for you as an organization. So the AWS, GCP, Azure, these guys are standard cloud services that takes the headache of managing your infrastructure away. So we are going to, and these are skills that are very in demand because companies are scaling bigger than ever. The rate at which companies are scaling these days is is magnificent. It was said that the data has been generated in the last 4 years is more than data that was generated in the last 40 years. So that's how you see the amount of data we are generating is increasing at the exponential level. So, and so also is our infrastructure too. We need an infrastructure that scale automatically, and that's what cloud computing gives you. So for people that want to go into setting up cloud infrastructure for company and being a cloud engineer, this is a training for you. So we are going to be taking you to introduction into cloud computing. Introduction to storage. So because a lot of storage facilities that AWS has given us, that has provided for us. We also have essentials of database, networking fundamentals, introduction to security, basics of pricing. Right. One of the ability of a cloud engineer is for you to be able to manage your company's expenses on infrastructure, right? As an engineer, you able to, as a cloud engineer, you'll be able to give your company an advice on how to save money. So basics of pricing, right? We are going to teach you on some of the plans you choose for whatever it is that you want to do. So understanding of cloud and how it works. That's intro. All right. So next slide. Okay. That's all. All right. Over to you, Sam.
Thank you very much, Joseph. I'm actually quite excited to see what the trainings will contain, especially the cloud training, since that's my area of expertise. I'm really excited about that. The next section is just for us to discuss about the engagement platforms that we'll be using here. The first and the primary platform is WhatsApp, which is what most people have access to. If I understand, almost everybody has access to WhatsApp. So it's easy because you can just pick up your phone, text. The data is cheap, and most people's friends are on WhatsApp as well. So it's easy communication. But we want to use WhatsApp for just general group communications. So it's not meant for anything related to project discussion or anything like that. WhatsApp will be the primary for just general group communications. We would also try to restrict the conversations on WhatsApp, just to make sure it doesn't go off topic. Telegram is also going to be used in similar capacity as WhatsApp, but we understand that not everybody has Telegram. Not everybody wants to download Telegram, but Telegram is said to be more secure than WhatsApp, so we'll also consider using Telegram. There is already a WhatsApp group, so anything about the engagement platforms, like which Telegram group you should join, or which Slack channel you will join, we'll share it through the WhatsApp group so everybody will know in case you have questions about that. So the Slack channels, we want to use Slack channels for focused communication when we are talking about working on a project. we may not be able to do communication on that easily via WhatsApp. If you want to share code, if you want to share screenshots and stuff like that, Slack is probably your best alternative. And for arranging meetings and meetups, we probably will stick to using meetup.com. There is a meetup group already in place. We would share that with the rest of the team on WhatsApp as well, which is a primary engagement platform. So Q&A session. Are there any questions, any feedbacks, any comments? Please, the floor is open. Just make sure you remember to unmute to speak. And then once you're done speaking, you can mute your mic so other people can talk and hear what you have to say. Questions?
Yeah, hello.
Hi, Adiemi. Go ahead.
Yes. Please, we would like to maybe if this presentation can be on YouTube so that we can access it later. Would that be possible?
Yes. So the presentation has been recorded. The webinar will be shared. You can post it on YouTube for everyone to see. We're also going to share the slide to everyone as well. So, you know.
Okay. Yes. Okay, that would be nice. That would be nice. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
Kwedi, did you have a question? I saw you unmuted earlier. You're on mute right now.
Hello?
Hi.
Hello?
Okay.
Radio mode up. Aux input mode up.
Hello, do you hear me?
Yes,
I hear you.
Yes,
yes, we hear you.
Okay. I've listened to your presentations and thank you very much for the initiative. It's a very interesting initiative. But I would like to say that I'm a very practical person. Okay, I'm very practical. I understand what you guys want to do, but my own sense in this. Please let's be practical, very practical. Let's start with 2 or 3 small projects, build on it, and I think that the light will go out, and the whole world will see our good works. And I heard about trainings. There's something that I've learned in life. The best way to learn is through a problem. The best motivation to learn is to go from a problem to a solution. The training just for the training is not going to get the drag, the strength that it needs. But when we go from specific problems, when we address a specific project, then people will understand that they need this and this kind of training. So that's my take on this. And when I presented myself, and I didn't have the time to present what I can offer. I think that is also important that each one of us presents himself or myself and say what he or she can offer to the group precisely, so that we know exactly, not just in terms of diploma, certification, but in terms of experience, in terms of background, in terms of current projects, what each person in the group can offer. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Kwedi, for that feedback. I can probably answer and see if Peter or Amalolu, any of you guys, or Akim and Joseph, any of you guys can also just back me up. But the training that we suggested are just generally like intro, and like you said, the best way to know is by doing. So the trainings that we suggested are just generally introduction trainings, like fundamentals, and just to get people's feet wet, because a lot of people may not really know what the problems are, or even understand what the problems are before they can begin to work on it. So I think it's good to at least introduce people in one way or the other. Just that, and that's what the trainings are. We're not going into any advanced kind of training or anything, because that will be the work, right? So just introduce you, just so you know what, when somebody says R, or Python, like you understand what it means, or when they talk about data sets, you know what they're talking about. So yeah, with regards to what everybody will bring to the table, I think what we can say is, if we can have conversations about that. Everybody's part, as Omololu showed, there's like stratas, right? So we have different levels for each person, and once you can show that you have this amount of experience, you have this amount of pedigree or understanding of a concept, that will determine which strata or which level you enter through. So let's not forget, there's a lot of people that are coming in from different careers and different fields, and everybody would have their place, either from level 1, level 2, level 3, or level 4. It will all depend on what your background or experience is. Peter or anybody else, if you guys have anything else that I might have missed.
Yeah, you pretty much have said it. Thanks. It's everything you said. I totally align with it. I just want to add that the training will be in 3 different levels. So we have like Sam said, we have the basic, the fundamentals, the introductory training starting first. So we'll focus on that at the beginning. Over time, we'll get into intermediate level training, and then from there get to advanced training. But everything is going to be very, very practical, very, very practical. So the kind of training we are doing is such that you are interning as you are as you're doing it. So we had the option of going to get collaboration with organizations that can offer internship opportunities, or we can limit our trainings to people whose work give them those exposures. So I know the gentleman that introduced himself. When he approached me, he sent me a message on Instagram. I first asked, what do you do? What do you currently do? So when I realized that he works in an environment where he's exposed to data, so those data sets that he's exposed to every day, that he's been interacting with every day, becomes his own internship avenue. So he's given assignments, he goes there, it's real, it's live. So some of the things he's dealing with at work becomes his own pet project at when he's in class. I don't know if you understand my point. So we are trying to work with people who are coming to learn because they want to apply. So you want to do introduction to AWS. We want to ensure that it's relatable to you, it's relatable to the job you do, it's relatable to the industry you're playing in. That's for now. So we may not have that much large classes now, because we want to be practical, so that at the end of the day, you pass through our training, you are almost equipped to be an instructor as well, because you've done all of the practical things. So that's the practical way we want to do our training. On the side of the project, fully practical, like Omololu told us. We're going to be dealing with real projects. It's real life issue. From workshops, when you come for our workshops, they are not just they're not academia. We are picking an issue in the society and the environment. Someone is coming in, a senior person is coming in to say, this is the issue we had. This is the issue we had in our cloud processes. Maybe our cloud was hacked on by hackers, and this is how we resolved it using cybersecurity. It's practical. They've done it, and they are telling us, and then people are asking questions, and they are relating it with the cybersecurity class they had. So it's that's what the workshop will look like. Very, very practical. At the end of the workshop, people need to be able to stand up and say, you know what, I think I want to go into cloud computing, I want to go into cybersecurity, I want to go into AI, because the workshops are going to be very, very real. So you are right when you said it should be practical. That's the baseline for everything we're doing.
Yeah, I think you guys you just nailed it on the head. So I don't know how you can work in technology without doing practical. That is just the essence of using technology. It has to be practical. That's how you learn. So yeah, we even the training is going to be practical, real life experience. We're not just teaching you theoretical aspect. You actually work on a project, and the workshop, like, it's like a real life experience. How do you handle data sets, and how do you come up with, a solution? So yes.
Thanks, guys. Any other questions, comments, feedbacks? Please, we are open to any criticisms. That if you see something, say something.
Yeah. Well, anyway, if we go into the wrong direction, anyhow, we can, you guys feel there's a way we can do things.
And if you don't want to talk, you can always send a message via the chat avenue. It's cool.
Okay.
Hello.
Hi, Ivan.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm hesitant to actually make a comment because I joined in late, and I wouldn't know, maybe perhaps somebody had mentioned the things I wanted to talk about.
Yeah,
it's about the structure of the organization. Is it like a club, a business, or just a group of people with common interests? I wish I know. One. Number two, what is the all these things we are talking about? Definitely, I know there'll be the need for funding and the likes. How do we plan to get this achieved? Then by the side, this is actually a dream I've longed for. I've been wanting to align myself with technology, providing solutions to problems. And I'm interested with the way this thing is being presented. I've had some data issues. I'm being referred to as a person when it comes to, I work among some people who have who I date maybe older than me, and I'm seen as somebody who could solve their problems. But I observe that I am even limited in what I could do because of the programming skills or these IT skills that I don't have. So this actually meets my need, and I believe I'll be able to bring some of my problems to this forum, and I will be happy to have people to help with. So back to my earlier questions, how do we plan to, is it a group, common interest, or business enterprise, or how? So.
Thank you, Ibami. Peter or Akim, anybody else wants to?
So it's going to have a life of its own. It would create solutions to people within the career development side. Like we said, it also create solution for organizations, and for all of this, it will generate its own funding. The only difference in what we are going to be doing is that when people get trained here, they don't just, it's not a school that just trains you and says bye-bye. We are saying once because there are two arms, there is the career development side, then there's the project side. You can actually move from here to there, right? So when we have organizations that bring projects, it's the people within the system who have the competencies that take part in those projects, and they earn from whatever stipend, whatever it is the organization is able to negotiate to pay for that solution. So basically, we are trying to create opportunities. We are trying to spread the opportunities for people who have interest in technology or who already have technology skills to be able to transfer the skills they have in others, to be able to enhance their earnings from the skills that they have. But we now decided, you know what, let's extend a platform that can, a collaborative and all-inclusive platform that anybody who is an enthusiast, who is interested in all of this, can also come within that community. So it's going to run on one side as an enterprise. It's also going to run on the other side as a platform that gives people who share the same, who play in the same field, who share the same interest, to also come together and do things. Either they are doing projects They are trying to solve a problem for the society. So one of the projects that we could have gone into if we had started this sometime last year, we could have been able to say, you know what, let's sit down and create a solution for the COVID-19 that works for our client or our environment. It's something that we could have gotten engaged in if this was so. Some of them are not necessarily just all about profits. Most of them will be social causes that we are getting involved in. But rather than talking about it, ranting about it, we are using technology to devise solutions for it. So some of those solutions, we develop it, we sell it out. Some of them we develop it, we make it available for the community to consume or to utilize. AKIM, you might want to weigh in, or any other person, please.
Yeah, so that was a good question. And I was jotting it down, channel. So the structure and organization, which, Peter, you did good job explaining that common interest. So there's no common interest besides we all getting together to help community. So myself and Sam, we probably want a community AWS, Amazon. So, and it's not profit, but this is just taking it to the next level. Like we're not saying like a Andela kind of like structure, but in a different way where, you can come and learn new skills, if you're part of the community, and also you be able to work on a project where you can get hand income. So that is the goal, helping a community that is in need of, technology to improve our lives. So that's our approach. And the funding itself is all about, the community taking care of itself. People will see the benefit. People wanted to enroll in classes. They wanted to join the organization because they see the benefits. And also, company will come because they're looking for talent that they can hire to work on a freelancing or a remote job. So there's opportunity there. So and then your limitation of, skills you can learn from a mentor. You can learn, you can also become an instructor teaching other people classes. So, I don't know if anybody else also wanted to weigh in, but that's a good question.
Indeed. Any other questions, comments, feedbacks? The floor is still open. Okay, I guess not. Peter, are you saying something? Because you're muted.
No, I'm not.
Okay. Yeah, so I think at this juncture we can close for today.
Yeah. We're gonna share.
Just want to say, yes. Go ahead.
No, I just want to say, I don't know if somebody wanted to say something, ask questions. I don't know if somebody wanted to ask questions. But what I wanted to say, was going to share the slide and the recording. We'll share it. We'll put it on YouTube. Maybe everybody can get access to it. And also, we're going to be distributing our email group, so you can communicate through the email if you wanted to report something, send your information. So that will be circulating around the group soon.
Can everybody in attendance drop their email address on the chat so that we can?
That's another that, yeah.
Can you just type your email address on the chat? We have about 8 of you here. So if you can drop your email address, that can start the process. But like he said, we'll go by what AKIM said, but just to ensure that we don't miss you out on any communication. So just drop your email address.
Yes. Okay, so AKIM, can you go to the final slide?
Okay.
Next slide. Okay, so the final point is just, because of the COVID situation that we just had, we can see how technology is going to be basically their go-to for everybody. Companies like Facebook, Twitter, and the likes are beginning to see that they don't need to hire people in Silicon Valley anymore. They are looking around, and they are going to be looking to places where they can find people that they do not have to pay as much, but with the same amount of talent and skill and experience. So if we can build something like that in Nigeria and build a talent pool of people that are capable and are driven, I think we can do something big here. Not just in the world, but especially in our own immediate environment, Nigeria, because we have a lot of problems that we have to solve, with technology. And, together we will definitely be able to solve all these problems. There is a WhatsApp and SMS line. Akim, can you share the slide after that? So please, you can reach out to us through this WhatsApp line, AnyTech. Just AnyTech. That's the name of the group for now. But yeah, please reach out to us at this number, +234 903 000 9995. Text and WhatsApp should be fine. The email address will be announced. I believe when we reach out to you, you will see the email address that we use to contact you. And we'll also announce that in the WhatsApp group. And again, all communications will be done through the WhatsApp for now. These are the primary communications. And in the future, we'll communicate other engagement platforms and how to join them for everybody. So thank you all for coming. Thank you for your comments. Thank you for your feedback, and we really appreciate you. We hope to build something big and very unique here. So I'm glad to be here, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, guys.
Everyone.
Thanks, guys.
All right. You'll hear from us very soon. Please drop your email address if you haven't. Quickly drop your email address before you leave. We just have 5 emails. 3 people are yet to drop theirs. All right. Okay, 2 more people. 3 plus. All right. Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Bye.